The town was silent, forgotten. Dust lay heavy on everything. Buildings stood crooked like old men.
New to town, I wandered the empty streets. I craved adventure.
A glint of light caught her eye. It came from a shop tucked away in an alley. The sign above creaked in the wind. Antiques and curiosities.
I pushed the door open. The hinges whined. Dust motes danced in the single ray of sunlight piercing the gloom. The air was thick with the scent of decay and something else. Something ancient and unsettling.
Eliza shivered. Despite the unease, she felt a pull toward the back of the shop. A presence called to her.
I moved deeper into the shop, my hand trailing along a shelf of dusty books. My fingers brushed against a cold metallic object. I recoiled. It was a mask. Its painted eyes seemed to follow me. I quickened my pace, drawn by the growing presence at the back of the shop.
The mirror stood at the back of the shop, shrouded in a heavy velvet cloth. It was taller than Eliza, wider than any she'd seen. An ornate frame, tarnished silver and chipped enamel, hinted at a forgotten beauty.
I felt a chill despite the shop's stillness. The pull I felt was stronger now, urging me toward the shrouded mirror. I reached out a hesitant hand. The velvet felt strangely cold beneath my fingers. I hesitated. The silence of the shop pressed in on me, but curiosity, always my downfall, won.
With a deep breath, Eliza pulled the cloth away. The mirror's glass was cloudy, the silver backing aged and spotted. But Eliza could see her reflection, distorted and hazy. And there beside it, another face, a woman, pale as bone, with eyes like black pits.
I gasped, stumbling back. Had the face always been there, or had it just appeared?
Eliza stared, heart pounding, at the face in the mirror. It smiled, a slow, cruel stretching of lips. Eliza's breath caught in her throat. This was no trick of the light, no figment of her imagination. The face in the mirror was real, evil.
I tried to look away, to move, to scream, but I was rooted to the spot, held captive by the reflection's gaze.
The face began to speak, its voice a dry whisper that seemed to slither from the mirror's depths.
Secrets, darkness, the hunger that can never be satisfied.
Eliza felt a cold dread creep into her bones. The whispered words resonated deep within her, weaving a tapestry of fear and despair. The shop around her seemed to grow darker, the air heavy and oppressive. The reflection in the mirror reached out, its hand a skeletal claw beckoning Eliza closer.
Don't listen.
Eliza blinked. The face in the mirror leered at her, its hand now scrabbling against the glass.
It wants you trapped.
The voice was faint, coming from within her, yet not her own. Eliza wanted to cry out, to run, but the reflection held her gaze captive.
It wants to take your life, your soul.
The voice continued, a counterpoint to the horrifying whispers now emanating from the mirror. Eliza's reflection in the mirror began to cry, tears streaming down its face, but the other face, the evil face, just smiled wider.
You must break free.
Eliza clawed at her ears, trying to block out the whispers. She thrashed against the invisible bonds holding her. She had to get away, had to escape the pull of the mirror and the horror it reflected.
Break free. Break free.
The voice was a roar within Eliza's mind. Mustering all her strength, Eliza ripped her gaze from the terrifying reflection. She stumbled back, crashing into a display of porcelain dolls. They shattered, their tiny limbs scattering like broken bones. But the sound, the chaos, was freeing. Eliza scrambled back, putting distance between herself and the mirror. The face in the glass shrieked, a sound of pure rage and frustration. Its clawing hand shattered the mirror's surface, sending shards of glass flying. Eliza didn't hesitate. She ran.
She didn't look back, didn't stop running until she burst from the shop and into the sunlight. The forgotten town, once silent, now seemed to buzz with life. Or was it just the echo of the mirror's shriek still ringing in her ears? Eliza didn't know. She just kept running.
Eliza never returned to the antique shop. The memory of that face, those eyes, haunted her dreams. The whispered words echoed in the quiet moments, a constant reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the surface of the world. She tried to forget, to move on, but the fear lingered.
One day, passing a shop window, Eliza caught her reflection, and for a fleeting moment, she saw it again, the pale face, the cruel smile peering out from behind her own. Then it was gone, vanished as quickly as it had appeared. But the dread remained, a cold knot in the pit of her stomach.
Eliza knew with chilling certainty that the curse of the mirror had not been broken. It had followed her, a shadow clinging to her heels, and in the depths of her reflection, hidden beneath the surface, it waited, waiting for the moment it could claim her as its own.